Hello Stampers! I've got a pretty little card for you today. This is very beachy. We have this great sand dollar here, and I'm highlighting the stamp set, actually the whole bundle from Seaside Wishes from Stampin Up. So here's the stamp set. It has a couple different sizes of sand dollars, some starfish, and some really pretty sentiments. You got speckles for your sand. You got everything you love about a beach scene. So there is that. And then the bundle you can get is the stamp set and then the 3D embossing folder and dies. So the 3D embossing folder really gives your not your starfish, your sand dollar lots of texture and the design in it. And I love the way this looks. So anyway, I'm going to take you step by step through this. I have the links for the products down below this video, along with the dimensions for the card. And those links for the products will take you directly to my online store where you can shop with me 24/7 and pick up some exclusive tutorials by ordering through me. So here we go. We're going to start with our background. I'm using very vanilla today, and this is 3 3/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm doing it landscaped. And I'm going to start out with some balmy blue ink here and a blending brush. Now for our sky, I'm just going to turn my cardstock and go back and forth across, and I'm going to lay down about 1 inch of this blue here at the top. Balmy blue. It's a great beachy color. So there is that. Super simple. Now this background goes in pretty quick. So I'm going to do direct to paper on the rest of this panel, but feel free to use a blending brush and do that back and forth motion if you want to. I like to have more streaks through my cardstock. So I'm going to take my ink pad, open it up, and I'm going to have it at a good tilt. Now if you lay it down, you're not going to get the same effect. So I'm tilting mine, and I'm just using this edge here and very lightly going over my cardstock. See how it just leaves some light streaks there? And I'm going to go up to that blue. So there is my sandy portion of it. And when I have that crumb cake out, let's go ahead and do a few other things here. I'm going to add some of these dots down here with this dotted stamp from the Seaside Wishes stamp set, just to add some of that texture for our sand. Now you see I'm stamping a few times when I ink up here. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put our sentiment in. And this says, "You absolutely made my day." So I'm also going to use that crumb cake. And let's put it here at the bottom. I'm just going to hold it here a second to get a nice impression. So there it is. So there is that. We've got that all done there. Now let's work on our sand dollar. So I'm going to take this 3D embossing folder. See how pretty it is. It has like 3 of those sand dollars in there, along with some like dots for like sand. So that you could use this embossing folder by itself, certainly. But I'm going to make my sand dollar with it. I have a piece of basic white here. And I'm just going to cover up that large sand dollar there. And I'm going to go run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now this is one of the thick embossing folders. Now I've embossed my sand dollar there. See it? I hope you can pick it up, that white. But it's beautiful. It makes such a beautiful image when you use that embossing folder. So next I'm going to take that coordinating die set. Here's the die set. And you could cut out 3 of those sand dollars all at one time. But I'm going to put this on here. Now I have to figure out which way it goes. It's always a challenge for me. There we go. Goes like that. Now I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to die cut it out. I've die cut that all out, and look how pretty that is. Okay, so I'm going to tear just a piece of this off along the bottom. I know that's kind of weird, but when you just tear a piece of it off, it's going to look like it's stuck down in the sand. But we're going to put some color on it first. So I'm going to put a little crumb cake on it along the bottom here, just along that bottom edge where we tore it off. And then that will look like it's down in the sand. Okay, so we got that, and then before I want to stick it on, I have a piece of just scrapped white paper here, basic white. You could use any color, but I'm just ripping. I didn't do that very straight. I'm just ripping a little bit off of this, and I want to make a shadow. There we go, and we'll try to do a straight, so it's crooked on the paper, but I can make it straight on the cardstock. This line that's going to go across, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this to create a shadow from our little sand dollar here. And I'm just going to go back and forth, just adding a little bit of that color to where it just goes off of the little mask we have here. And then we can line this up with that mask. There we go. And then it looks like it's casting a shadow beyond sand dollar. Okay, and to adhere this on, I'm going to take one of my Stampin' Dimensionals here. I'm going to put it right in the center. Then I'm going to add my adhesive. I'm using multi-purpose glue here. And I'm going to use this multi-purpose glue all the way around. And that's going to puff that Stampin' Dimensional there. Will just give that a little puff out for our sand dollar and give it a little dimension there. Just make sure all your edges are down. And it does, it gives it just a little poof in the middle to give it that dimension. And there it is. There is our sand dollar in the sand. So super simple to put together. All right, now it's time to put our card together. I'm going to go ahead and back this main panel up with a basic white panel that's 3 7/8 by 4 5/8. So it's 1/8 larger on each side here. Add that on. That just trims it out nicely. Okay, and so we have our card base here. It's 5.5 by 8.5. And I've folded it in half to create my quarter card. And then I'm going to put a piece of crumb cake. Now this piece of crumb cake is 2 inches by 5 1/4. Again, you can find all the dimensions down below this video. Just click more under the description. You'll see them all there. So I'm going to add this right in the middle of the card here. Put it on as straight as can be. There we go. And just add our main panels here. Center them up. This is a very simple card, but I love the way it turned out. Okay, now for the inside, you can go ahead and stamp whatever you wanted on the inside and then add it in there. In the middle, got a little heart for some love there. And this crumb cake is 4 by 5¼ there that I put inside. So there is our finished project for today. I hope you enjoyed this project and that you give it a try. Thanks for joining me today. Take care. Toodles.